C programming language follows procedural programming. When it comes to the functions, we have two different types of functions, right? So user-defined function and also predefined functions. Pointer is a special variable which holds the address of another variable. This .NET framework has got the complete infrastructure to develop any internet services. Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to the second session on .NET programming. You will be thinking, what is that I'm going to discuss in today's session? Yes, my dear students, it's going to be a very important topic because you will get to know exactly what that I have in the C#, which I don't have in the C. Yes, I'm going to discuss the difference between C programming language along with the C#. At the end, I will also discuss the concept called .NET strategy. So this is going to be the topic for the day. So in this session with all of you, my dear students, without wasting much of your time, let me get into the topic. The first thing that I have is the comparison or the difference between C programming language and C#. So why you have taken C? Because you have already studied, you know the concepts which is there in the C programming language. So it is very easy for us to compare C and C#. So let's start with the first point what I have. When it comes to the first point, C programming language follows procedural programming. What is the meaning of procedural programming? So you all have studied. I don't have to speak about it, but listen to me carefully. If you are executing the instructions step by step, so we call it as a procedural programming. So it's one of the fundamental type of programming, I can say, because you all started with this and you all know that, so you are going to execute the instructions step by step in a sequential manner. So, but when it comes to the C#, C# supports the major concept or the major advantage that I have with respect to the C# is it's an object-oriented programming. What is the meaning of object-oriented programming? We have already discussed about this topic in my previous session. So my dear students, you need to remember object-oriented programming in the sense it supports the feature what we have in the object-oriented programming. So what are the features then? So we have abstraction. Abstraction in the sense you all know, hiding the information. Encapsulation, wrapping up of all the data into a single unit is what we call it as a encapsulation. We have inheritance. Inheriting the property from the base class to the subclass is what we call it as a inheritance. Also, we have the polymorphism. Like this, if a programming language is supporting all the features, whatever we have in the concept of OOP, that is what I will call it as a object-oriented programming language. So that's the first difference that you have. C#, it's a completely purely object-oriented programming language. So let me keep it simple. The second point, C programming language supports a concept called pointers. Sir, what is the meaning of pointer? Pointer is a special variable which holds the address of another variable. I repeat. Pointer is a special variable which holds the address of another variable. There is a difference you need to understand. A variable will hold the value, but this is a special variable which holds the address of another variable. Holding the address and holding the value, there is a quite difference. You need to understand that. So that's a concept of pointer. But when it comes to the C#, C# does not support the concept of pointers. That is the first thing that you need to remember. But listen carefully. Whereas in C#, pointers are used only in unsafe mode. That is a major thing that you need to remember. It will not use in the safe mode, but it uses in the unsafe mode. That's a major thing that you need to understand when it comes to the pointer. Moving forward to the third one, C language. Garbage collection is not there. What exactly garbage collection? Say, if I want to execute anything, I have to use the concept of process. So you all have studied in the operating system, right? When I allocate the memory to the process, some of the memory is not utilized. Some of the free memories is left behind, which is not utilized and which we have not being used properly. So such unused free memories will be collected Okay, that process is what we call it as a garbage collection. So that is not there in the C, but we have that in the C ash. So how do we do that garbage collection? We are using something called CLR, Common Language Runtime. Please make a note of it. So I will be discussing about it in the coming sessions. So with the help of CLR, we are able to do the garbage collection. So that is one of the advantage that we have in the C ash to manage the memory properly. So that's going to be a very important point. Moving forward to the next point that I have, by using C language, we can achieve low level of abstraction. Low level of abstraction in the sense what? In the beginning point, I explained what is the meaning of abstraction. Hiding the information is what I will call it as a abstraction. But when I'm using the C, so you will have low level of abstraction. Very less details you can hide. So that is what we call it as a low level of abstraction. But when it comes to C ash, so please observe, whereas by using the C ash, we can achieve high degree of abstraction, more abstraction. You can hide a lot of information, a lot of data if you guys are using the C ash. That's one of the major difference that you will notice here. Moving forward to the next point, C language uses, observe carefully, C language is more on function. You guys would have already come across with the functions. I repeat, C language is more on functions. So you will be using the functions. You will be defining your own functions. So mainly this language is dependent on this particular concept called functions. When it comes to the functions, we have two different types of functions, right? So user-defined function and also predefined functions, right? So mainly this language, that especially C language, is more on functions. But when it comes to this, so C ash is more on design. So that's a very important difference that you need to make out here. Moving forward, C language gives you a top-notch performance. C gives you a standard performance when it comes to the performance-wise. So C language is much stronger than C ash is what they say. All right, moving forward to the next important thing. When it comes to the C programming language, we have something called keywords. So they have mentioned 32 total keywords. So what is the meaning of keywords? Keywords are the reserve words. For example, so you would have used if, else, for. All these things are the keywords which we treat it as a reserve words. You cannot use it for your own purpose. You cannot use it for defining or storing some value. Okay, so it's a reserve words. It has got its own meaning. Such words, how many words I have in C language? So I have total 32, but when it comes to C ash, I have 86. Observe, sir, what is the use of these keywords? You need to just think what is the functionalities that we have. It is already pre-built. Okay, so that's where you need to think. Moving forward to the next point. C language is mainly used in commercial industries and engineering. But when it comes to C ash, so observe carefully. So C ash is used for software formation and other network related objects. If you want to develop any software or any network objects, so guys, so you will be mainly dependent on C ash than C. Okay, that's a major difference that you need to notice it here. So that's a major difference that you would have come across with the C and C ash. But now it's going to be the next topic. That's the .NET strategy. What exactly I need to understand in this .NET strategy, if you ask me, my dear students, when it comes to the .NET software framework, this .NET framework has got the complete infrastructure to develop any internet services. Okay, it has got the complete infrastructure. So what is that I have, sir? What is that I have to develop anything? So if you ask me, if I want to develop any internet services, I have got the .NET infrastructures and tools. What is required to develop any service? The complete infrastructure and the tools is available for you. And the same way you have .NET user experience, .NET building blocks, and also .NET device softwares. All these things are there. So using this Using all these things, I can do what, sir? If you ask me, I can do all these things. They've already done it. So MS.NET, you would have seen. Suppose if you guys are using purely Windows operating system, you would have seen a market, MS.NET. So you will get all the products, like, how you have the Play Store in the Android. Even for the Windows, they have a Play Store. So that is what they call it as MS.NET. So you will get all the softwares which is offered by the Windows, you will get it here. In the same way, all of you would have used, there will be nobody, those who have not used the Office suite. Okay, so MS Word, PowerPoint, so all those things are available here. In the same way, my dear students, you also have Visual Studio.NET. So that is one of the software that you will be using, okay, to use CAsh, okay, which I will be discussing about that, later. So that will also help you to do your project. So that is one of the product from the Microsoft, is what you need to remember. And also you have personal subscription services. So you can purchase the software for a particular period of time, okay. So that is also there. All these things are done with the help of these facilities. What we have in the .NET framework is what you need to remember. So this is all about the .NET strategy. So by this, I've come to an end of this session. So happy learning. Take care. Bye-bye.